What the fuck is up, Adam?
Well, that's quite frankly. First of all, Jake.
Yeah.
Don't appreciate you coming into my room and using that kind of language.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I've been playing some GTA this week. We're not going to talk about that today, but I can't help it. I get right in the zone.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that one later. But this week, we got something a bit different this week.
We do.
UFC.
Yes.
For the PS4.
Yes. So I can see how this game would have hyped you up enough to use such foul, non-Christian language in my room.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I forgive you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Sorry to all our viewers.
That's fine. We'll just have to...
All one of them.
Go bash some gay people later or something.
Yeah. Just to make up for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just to get back in our favour. Yeah. Right?
It all makes sense.
UFC.
Right, UFC.
PS4. We haven't been playing the sequel. We played the first one. Because we just have it.
We have it.
It was, I don't know.
Randomly.
Someone brought it over one time and
just back in the day.
or you bought it at some point, don't remember.
Potentially.
Because you don't have a PS4, which is what makes it interesting.
And I don't play UFC.
And you don't play sports games also.
All fighting games.
All fighting games, yeah. So it's a sports fighting game, you know. UFC. Yeah. It's on the TV.
Yeah.
It's quite popular.
It's quite
violent.
Yep.
And it's real fighting.
Yeah. It's not that fake-ass wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is super fun.
Oh, yeah.
The fake is fun.
Yeah, I think
this is
WWE
genuine...
and stuff is great because it's more like a
it's more entertaining for sure. Yeah.
You know? It's like well written at times and it's interesting.
This is
just straight up
into a ring
dudes
and punching
using
each other in the head.
Who are masters, professionals even. Professionals in particular forms of fighting.
You could go as far as to say their bodies are their weapons.
Well, they quite literally are.
They quite literally are.
But also, their bodies are their most vulnerable part of them.
Yeah. You sure?
It makes a lot of sense when you really think about it.
Sure.
Yeah, so we played this and I don't think we weren't intending to take it as far as we did.
No, we didn't take it that seriously when we put it in.
Well, yeah, it was like...
Because we put it in, we were intending to play Bloodborne. And I picked that up and said, hey, do you want to punch some heads while we're waiting for Bloodborne to install?
That's right. Bloodborne was going to take a bajillion hours to install because stupid PS4 wants to install games. Whatever.
Because consoles.
Yeah. Because modern consoles. And then while we were waiting, we figured, fuck it.
We'll kick some heads.
Let's kick some heads. Let's try this out.
So I popped it in.
We made a fighter
Tony
immediately
Abbott.
Before we even played the game, right?
Yeah.
We made a fighter.
We made Tony Abbott in the Creator Fighter.
Yes, we made former Prime Minister of the Liberal Party.
Yep. El Presidente.
Tony Abbott. And it was funny.
And it looked just like him.
It was so funny.
It was perfect. Like a young Tony Abbott.
It really was. It really looked like Tony Abbott.
And he took on the big leagues.
He went for the belt.
Yep.
He went for the light heavyweight championship belt of the world.
Yeah.
And he got it.
He got it in the end.
He did.
Yeah, you started off humble, of course. Started off on the Ultimate Fighter TV series.
Which is something I was never, ever familiar with. I had no idea it was a thing until this game.
No, I've sort of briefly seen it, but not really taken interest in it.
So it's a TV show you started
It's a TV,
okay.
Like elimination style, like Big Brother of UFC,
dudes,
I guess.
And Dana White comes out.
Yep.
The guy who, I guess, owns UFC.
Something like that.
And he's like, hey, man, you're doing well. Fight this dude, and then you can come join the big boys and make a six-figure salary, which he said a lot.
Yeah, six-figure
salary. He mentioned that we were earning six figures a lot.
$1,500.55.
Yeah, right.
You got to ask where the decimal
it makes me wonder, like, why either the writers for the game or Dana White himself or whoever was responsible for those words that came out of his mouth, why he constantly had to mention that UFC fighters make that much money.
Yeah, I guess he's just throwing it in our faces, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Because you don't see the money in the game.
You don't get...
It's not like a mechanic.
There is not a single mechanic that uses the monetary value.
No.
You earn experience points through doing training and fights, and then you use that to like rank yourself up.
And everyone tells you, hey, wow, nice knockout bonus you got today. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah, to which we flip them the bird and we say, well, we won't because we don't have any of it.
We literally were given nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's a good segue to the videos. Because now when you do particularly good or particularly bad, or sometimes just for no particular reason, you get a video message from a real person.
It's live
it's
video.
Actual video footage.
There's a lot of live
VMU. A lot.
VMU? No, ignore that acronym. But live video. Lots of live action video used.
Yeah. And these people, they'll send you messages. Now, Forrest Griffin.
Yeah,
he's a great actor, I think.
You think he's acting?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just seems like a chill guy.
What does he say? He pops up.
He says the funniest thing.
He does. He says some hilarious stuff. Hey, great win streak. I've never done that. You are therefore better than me. That's Forrest Griffin telling you that you're better than me.
And he has I don't know, I guess, about 3, I think. 3 or maybe 4 unique video messages where he says, hey, great thing that you've just done. I've never done that, or I can't do that. And then it always ends with, you, therefore, better than me.
Not always, but yeah.
Yeah, with those particular ones, though. Like, there's about 3 of them where he'll say, you're better than me. And then there's other ones where he'll say other things. But it's just interesting that he feels the need to say that.
I think it's great.
It's weird, man.
I thought it was funny. Because
funny.
He does it with, he's really playing around with it.
You can tell he's
enjoying it. Now let's compare that to somebody else. I'm not going
to use any... McDonald?
Yeah,
what the fuck was his name?
Douglas McDonald, sure. Let's go with Douglas McDonald so that Rory McDonald doesn't come and bash us when we explain how shitty he is on his acting.
Nerdy looking guy.
No, don't say that.
But he could definitely beat us both up on a 2-on-1.
And please don't.
He could win.
He could easily win.
He could come to this house. This house could be full. Like, imagine a Sunday night where, we usually have more people over.
Yep, it's a party.
D&D and whatnot.
Yep.
He could rock up.
He would kick
of our asses. If we all ganged up on us, like 8 of us.
This is how I see it going down.
He would beat us all up. Home. He's a strong guy.
There's 8 of us home. We've ordered pizza for the night, as we often do for game nights.
And Rory
I get to the door, and I open it, and he says, just in the same voice that he uses in the game, I open the door, and he says, hi, I'm Rory McDonald, and I heard someone didn't like my voicing in that game, and I'm here to kick some asses. That's how I see that going down.
He is so monotone.
And then he puts on his gloves and he just rips heads off.
He has no energy.
No energy.
He's clearly...
For a guy that lives off of kicking ass, you'd think he'd have a little bit more hype.
He's a professional energy man.
Energy man.
Right? Like, he has to have the energy to do it, right?
Yeah.
Surely. Like, it's full on.
Maybe he did it after.
And he's incredibly in shape.
Like,
as the video,
as you have to be,
as you'd have to be, as the videos,
as the video shows you. There's lots of videos of these people.
Yeah, the game kind of plays out a bit like a documentary.
Yeah, almost sometimes. Yeah,
because as you're working through your campaign, your career mode, it will cut to other fighters in real life again. I don't think there's any cutscenes that incorporate the player models, except for when you're entering and exiting the ring. The rest of it in between is all live action. And the videos, and you have fights where some famous fighter guy I'm supposed to know because I'm playing this game. He'll come on the screen and be like, "Hey, I'm a world famous pugilist, John Mason," whatever the fuck his name was, and then it will just he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna train you today." And you're like, "Alright, sick." And you press X to just fucking get to the training so you can get to your next fight because they're the best parts of the game. And then it cuts fully to a video.
Yeah.
That's
just a demo reel.
Straight up a demo reel with interviews with them.
Yeah,
as if it's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's
little
weird.
Documentary style interviews. I
don't know if they're
shots of them
beating,
potentially killing people.
But I guess they cut up all that their really crazy knockouts and shit. And then they draw animations over the punches and shit.
Make them look really hyper stylized.
Make them hyper stylized.
All real footage though.
Yeah, it's all real footage.
It looks really great.
It looks cool, and you get to hype and play the game.
Play, not watch.
Exactly. You just think, wow, I could be doing this right now. I don't have to be watching you tell me.
But that's EA for you.
It feels like, honestly, it was there purely for 2 reasons. A, so they could get some famous faces in it. Famous if you're into UFC, I suppose.
Yeah.
And B, so that they could pad the length of the career mode.
Yeah.
And boy, you feel it after a while. We were skipping them near the end. They were really funny. Every time Rory Griffith came up, I wanted to watch it. They're pretty funny.
Yep.
You, therefore, better than me. And what was his name? Rory McDonald?
Rory McDonald.
What was the other guy, Griffith? I said he was Rory Griffith.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I don't know these guys named Griffin.
Forrest Griffin.
Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
And
No,
Rory.
I don't know the names that well.
There's
either.
another McDonald.
There's someone else McDonald, like
Yeah.
Michael McDonald or something. He's got more energy. There's a very there's a spectrum. There's a whole spectrum of good actors and bad actors. In this.
and very few of them fall in between.
Yeah, and like.
I think
who
they're either good or
directed
not.
this?
Exactly. Who directed this? Because Rory I can't fucking act.
Stop using his name because he will find out.
Oh no! Okay, so he who shall not be named, with glasses and fights at the UFC and did this game, he's clearly reading off a sheet, right? He's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignoring punctuation or director's notes, I guess. But yeah, like you said, who directed this? Because who allowed him to use these? Like, who said yes? This take of this reading is fine for our $200 million sports franchise.
Like the guy at the end of the line got that and was told, put this in so it comes up when this happens. Surely, did he look at the video and be like, that's something that I want to put my name on?
Yeah, right. But to be fair, we are ragging on this poor fucker.
Right.
He might just be camera shy.
Sure, yeah.
He might have just been very busy training and had to just bust these out real quick because EA told him.
He's contracted.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Didn't sign
there
his
was
contract
an unbelievable amount of real world branding and faces and likenesses and all sorts. And voices from... Because I think they might voice themselves, the characters, like the grunts and shit.
Yeah.
Because they sound like themselves.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe they do.
But there's a lot.
There's a lot of acting,
so
a lot of voice
surely, under their UFC contracts, they were obligated to... I don't know, maybe... When EA obtained the license to make the UFC game, they also obtained the license to use all this shit as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, it would have been a lot to get through.
Yeah.
But, as much as we're shitting on him, the game itself is actually fantastic.
Yeah, let's talk about controls, because we started off slow, I think.
The most intimidating control scheme in probably anything I've played.
Yeah, no, I haven't played anything that made me sort of step back
It's
and
the
go...
flight simulator. It's the flight simulator of
fighting
games.
games.
Yeah, it's intense.
Because you've got a button for each limb, basically.
A button for each limb.
And then you've got
modifier
left and
for
right
each limb.
modifies them individually.
Yeah.
You've got L2 that modifies it also for a low shot.
Yep. Up, down, left, right will modify
the type of punch as well.
And up, down, left, right with one of the modifiers will also do it.
Yeah.
So
for just your left fist, you've got you've got 20 odd punches you can do.
If you want to throw,
with one fist.
You really do. You have a lot of different moves and you can string them together. And at first the game kind of feels a little bit rigid as you're desperately trying to remember every single combination and string things together because it is really daunting.
Before you realise how to combo moves together, you just do like one move and then you're like, okay, I did my kick. Now I'm going to do my punch.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do my other punch.
Yeah.
And then it really does take a bit of experience. Now the career mode, because we did have initial training, like the tutorial for career mode, and we thought, if we're going to have to do these training mini games all the time, like we get out of a fight, training mini game again.
Yeah.
But after like the third or fourth,
because that's right.
fight,
Right at the start of the game,
we were needing them.
Right at the start of the game, they gave you tons of tutorials.
Yeah,
before
you could even play.
And we were thinking, fucking tutorials, man.
Yeah.
But you get thankful for them.
Yeah.
You need them.
Absolutely necessary.
So
once you get tapped out like a few times and you're thinking, how am I meant to avoid that more efficiently? Mm-hmm. And then you get to play the tutorial between career mode.
So in between each fight in the career mode, there's like training.
Yep.
Which is just a tutorial.
3 tutorials.
On one of the mechanics of the fighting. Yeah. You get 3 of them. And you're ranked with like karate belt colours.
Karate belts, yeah.
And
now they sort of ramp up over time. So they start off easier, but they progress into harder tutorials. I'd say more challenges once you get to the later stage. And they'll net you some XP to buy moves and get better.
Yeah. And it wasn't... We played when we were doing Tony Abbott's campaign. Because you still have these in-between training tutorial things, even up to the very last fight of your career mode. Yeah. They're always there. You can skip them. We didn't realise we could skip them until like fair way in. But even after we realised, we didn't really skip him that often with Tony Abbott. I don't even think. I think maybe
Just
out of
last,
out of 40,
week or
we
so.
skipped maybe 2 or 3 with Tony Abbott in total, maybe. Because we were still learning, and they are legitimately handy. They
and you get XP, so.
Yeah, so the game sort of limits you. So the career mode, first of all, the goal of it is you start on that TV show, as Jake said, and
get promoted into the big league.
Yeah, you get promoted to like
the
actual UFC championship, that's sorted into undercard, main card, and main event.
Yeah.
And you fight your way up the undercard into the main cards, and you fight your way up the main card so you can challenge the champion.
Yep, and then
you fight the champion, and then when you are the champion, the rest of your fights are you just defending your title.
Yeah.
And the game has
that I think once you get to that stage, that's where it drops off.
I think once you are the champion, you could probably just stop.
You could stop.
You don't get anything if you keep going.
Yeah, and it's really just the same 4 or so challenges.
Absolutely.
That just take turns coming for your belt.
After we finished Tony Abbott and we made him the champion, we went back, we dropped the difficulty to easy, and we made a new character.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy, Davin Allen.
Davin, that's right. Davin Big Daddy Allen.
Yeah.
So Davin Allen, and his nickname in game is
Big Daddy.
Yeah. And they voice the names.
Yeah. Big Daddy.
Yeah. And El Presidente.
Yeah.
Big Daddy and El Presidente need to have a fight.
They're in different weight classes, but they totally should.
Shit, let's just bump Big Daddy to light heavyweight.
Big Daddy's in the
it's in his name. He's big.
He's Big Daddy.
Yeah. However, bulking.
Yeah. So we played again on easy.
Yeah, and he just made him like this big, hairy, fat, like dude.
Yeah, big Samoan.
Yeah, like Malaysian or whatever.
Whatever.
Like he looked vaguely Malaysian. Something. He's like questionably Asian.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a bit brown, a bit white, a bit Asian, all sorts of different parts. He's Australian.
He is Australian.
So he's multicultural.
Yeah.
And
he's the most multicultural.
So it's fine. So he's like kind of Maori, maybe. I don't know. He's got some tattoos. Big, just hairy dude with a big gut, and
he just
punching motherfuckers out.
Yeah, easy mode drastically easier.
We played on normal.
We played normal the first time,
and then there's easy mode, and there's beginner. I think.
Oh,
there was 2 underneath easy,
wow.
and we played on the very easiest.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, but on Tony Abbott we played on normal, and normal was legitimately very challenging.
It was challenging at times, not always.
Not always.
We won the vast majority of our matches.
Jake,
but there were times where we just could not fight.
In fact, once at Tony Abbott in normal mode, had a 5-second knockout.
I did 5 seconds.
5-second knockout.
5 seconds. That's pretty. And he hit the floor. And there was 6 punches thrown in that 5 seconds between when they said go and when I started punching.
A feat that was not replicated.
End of the game. Yeah.
Ever again.
No.
Through 2 campaign playthroughs. 2 full
6
playthroughs.
punches, 5 seconds. Knockout.
We had some pretty quick ones.
We didn't even
never
get
quite
knockout
5
in a year
seconds.
off that, I don't think.
We should have.
We should have.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
It's a 5-second knockout. And it also is interesting because the game will only register knockouts under 30 seconds as an achievement. So anything under 30 seconds, even if you get one, there's nothing extra you get. So you didn't recognise your 5 seconds knockout as something spectacular, but it really was. It was really fucking cool.
Yeah, I wish I could watch
it. On John Johnson? Jack Johnson?
Yeah, it was John Johnson. John Jones.
John Jones. Yeah. If you're listening, John Jones.
What up?
Fucking come at me, scrub.
Come stepping.
Yeah, I'll fucking knock
you. Couldn't beat me at UFC. Probably IRL.
I'll knock your block off. Come play some UFC with me. Yeah, so that was fun. And Big Daddy Davin Johnson Allen. Big Allen Davy.
Yeah, so easy mode.
Our Maui friend.
Punches.
Yeah, so we basically made him a boxer. Yeah. We made him a goddamn brick shit house, basically.
Yeah, and
we played on easy mode.
There was not a single fight that he didn't win.
Literally every single fight. First round KO. Sometimes as little as I think the quickest he had was 14 seconds. Maybe?
Yeah, I think around the 10 second.
They were always between the 10 and 25, 30 second most of the time.
Yeah.
And there were some outliers where we were
trying to extend.
By the end of it, we were trying to go 5 rounds and
would accidentally
knock him out at the end of the first. He was just so powerful, but it was a lot of fun. However, I've got to ask.
Yeah.
Which character do you have more fun playing?
Look, it's hard for me to say overall. I'd say Abbott because it got a bit boring. Like the challenge rating of Big Daddy Allen was non-existent.
Yeah, he didn't have a challenge. But we didn't cheat too often when we played Tony Abbott.
No,
we accepted losses.
Most of our losses. There were a couple where we just sort of went, that was bullshit.
Yeah, there was some bullshit.
That didn't happen. That's not canon.
Now, were they actual bullshit, or that was just us not wanting to lose?
No, I think there was like, what, a total of 3, maybe 4 that we reset. 4?
By the end of it, Tony Abbott had 4 losses.
Yeah.
To his 36 wins.
But I mean, we've reset probably 4 times. So we probably had 8 losses total.
Yeah, maybe about that.
Technically.
Yeah.
There were a couple, I remember very specifically...
4 each. Nah, I'm joking.
No, there were some really, really ones where we just went, nah, it's bullshit.
There was legitimately a couple of pretty bullshit ones. Like,
then again, we were sort of new to the game as well at the
that's
time.
true. Well,
I think a couple times when we got submitted, we weren't entirely
we had no idea how to do
what we were
submissions.
doing, and we thought, wait, what just happened? That's
because
bullshit.
the game has a different control scheme for the different styles of fighting. So when you're standing up, you have these buttons do these punches and these buttons do these different kicks. But when you're grappling, these buttons do this instead.
Yeah.
And like when you're in like a stand-up grapple called a clinch in this game, never heard that term in my life, but whatever. Your buttons will still kick, but now your sticks are doing something else. And,
moving positions and
L2 now is like a grapple move instead of like the normal body punch it would have been standing up, for example. And when you're on the ground,
everything
is different.
Yeah,
almost. You still get your punches, but you don't have kicks.
No,
as far as I know, maybe some knees.
Not
depending
on
because there's like
there's a lot of positions.
There's like 900 positions.
Yeah,
you think about if you think about for a second, audience, you think about proper wrestling, not WWE or anything, but like I'm talking
wrestling,
the silly wrestling outfits, the rules, the safety measures, like no throwing cunts off a cage. This is real wrestling, right? And just like how sometimes it just looks like an incomprehensible mess of flesh writhing around on the floor because they're doing things you don't get what they're doing and how it's affecting their opponent. Yeah. It's kind of that, but now you have to know what you're doing and how to control it.
And the tutorial,
something I never learned.
There's so much going in the tutorial. By the time you get to the stage where someone's putting in you in a submission, you've forgotten how to defend a position or how to defend a position swap.
We played this game for how many hours would you estimate? A good while.
A good few.
We played a couple of just full days of it.
Yeah. Good 10, 15 hours.
Yeah, so maybe. In total.
No,
in total. I reckon we've had like 6-hour days multiple times, a couple times. Just playing that.
Maybe, yeah.
I reckon we're probably close to like the 20 25 hour mark, somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah.
We could just check.
Not right
whatever. Can't be fucked. But we played for a good amount of hours. And like, split between us still, but like we're taking turns. But we're still there for every fight, and we're still learning, and we're like peer scaffolding off of each other.
Yeah,
that helped us learn. But even by the very end, even by Big Daddy Allen's final fight,
we didn't know.
I still didn't know how to fucking do grapples.
Not. Yeah, well, not perfectly.
Not perfectly, anyway. Yeah, I knew roughly. But I was never sure what position I had to be in exactly, or exactly what button I even had. Which
position specifically transpositions to which position.
Yeah, even with the clinches.
If I move my stick this direction, am I going to grab him by the head or the back?
Exactly, and that's the sort of shit that I don't think was ever made super clear.
No, I didn't think that was really clarified that well.
It was alright, though.
We got through it.
And the Tony Abbott playthrough, when I asked you what one you preferred, I think I agree.
Yeah.
The Tony Abbott one, only because, first of all, it was the first time we ever played the game.
Yeah.
And it was
Tony Abbott.
It was gut-bustingly funny.
Yeah, it was.
To watch.
It was.
Because the likeness is there.
Kickboxer.
We made him
a likeness was absolutely there.
The likeness was there, and the fact that the announcers were calling him Big Dad, El Presidente. And he had 3 identical tattoos on his body that said Thug Angel.
Yeah. One on his chest, one on his back. No, wait.
One on his chest, one on his stomach.
Yeah.
One on his back, and one hidden under his hair on his head.
Yeah,
We got the hair perfect. Like, the hair was perfect, the face, the ears, for fuck's sake, the height, because we looked up his height.
We looked up the stats.
We looked up his height and a rough estimate for his weight.
Mm-hmm.
And we made fucking
Tony Abbott.
the 5'9" terror.
And his specialty was kicking cunts in the head.
And he could kick cunts in the head.
Because once you're going for a walk, imagine, put yourself in this position. You're going for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
You're the former PM. And some bloke just walks out of nowhere and headbutts you in the face just because of your views. Nah, you got to learn to defend yourself.
Outrageous, quite frankly.
You're not having anyone come give you the old cheeky
1, 2
whack and grin. No, it's not happening.
It's not.
No. So we learned to kick cunts in the head.
Yep.
And I think we did it quite well by the end of it.
I think we learned. I think by the end of Tony Abbott's, we were pretty much good with the game. And Gavin Allen was just fucking around after because it was fun to still punch people.
Right. So that's why I put on easy mode. Just have a laugh.
So how do you? That's actually just like the mall cop Paul Blart segue that he rides on.
That's the segue.
Let's segue into that was smooth. That was so smooth. How do you think the game feels, just like in general? Like, because I fucking have some thoughts about this.
Right, I think once you've got your head around the control scheme, it feels good. The knockouts feel good. Earning your victory feels good. Now, it doesn't feel as good playing on easy mode, but it still is satisfying to just punch a cunt in the head and watch him drop back to the ground like he's going a lum.
It is, when he's going the lum.
Going a lumbering.
He's dead and RuneScape, teleporting back to the lum.
Falls straight back down
They
the
really
pile.
do
They do the lum pose.
They really do.
Sometimes. Or
funny.
sometimes you cop them with the uppercut and they
so
fall over
and...
with their hands like in the air, like they're still fighting. They hold their guard up.
Which you said actually apparently fighters really do.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
that happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked. You think about what's going on in their heads, like their brains.
They signed up for it.
They're getting wobbled so hard.
They are getting absolutely jostled.
They turn off. Yeah. Like, holy shit.
Their brain turns off, but their arms are still on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's scary shit to think
about.
No,
it feels good.
They're doing long-term damage for sure.
The KOs feel good. We didn't really play very submissive. Like we didn't try to submit people because we didn't get our heads around it too quickly. But I think
we didn't wrestle too
just
often.
off of like
we got off the ground pretty quick.
Struggling because I did try to go for a couple submits later on with Big Daddy.
Yeah,
and the struggle feels like you can feel. It's frustrating when you aren't making any advantage, like if they are fighting off your attempts to submit or change positions. But when you lock it in, you feel like you've worked for it. Oh, yeah. And that it's therefore satisfying.
That is, I think that's a good key point of the game in general, in fact.
You work for it.
You work for it, and it's satisfying. Yeah. Because I think,
you work
honestly...
for your XP points.
I think, honestly, I've never played a game that felt so satisfying. Yeah. Every single punch that connects has, like...
You feel it. Yeah.
There's the significant punches in the game, the heavy punches, your heavy attacks.
Yep.
When they do, and they connect, and then when they do significant damage, your controller rumbles, and it feels good to like whack someone. And
depending how you've hit them, they respond beautifully. Yeah, you cover them in the chin while they're like mid-stride. If they're trying to go for a kick or a punch and you hit them, they'll stagger. Yeah. Or if you just hit them through their guard, cover them on the chin, they'll wobble. You'll see their body shake. Yeah.
And that's the thing.
It looks really good.
The skin textures and all that, they're really well done. The graphics are gorgeous. When you punch people, like
ripple.
Their muscles like ripple and. You know, they contort their faces into like pain and close their eyes.
And
it's really quite.
It's some quality stuff.
It's some quality shit, and apparently UFC 2 looks even better.
Yeah.
From what I've seen on YouTube, I haven't played it at all.
No, we haven't.
To make that clear, but from like the gameplay I've seen on YouTube, it basically looks like the same game, but with just somehow prettier graphics. Yeah. But no, honestly, I've never played a game that felt as visceral as UFC. You know, it felt good. It was good fun. Yeah. And just it was rewarding because once you learn the control scheme and you learn the combos, because it doesn't tell you shit really. I mean, it does. It manages to tell you a lot without tell you anything. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it gives you the individual pieces. And it's up to you to put them all together.
Yeah. I mean, it does give you the one overall tutorial at the start, but you're too busy wondering what the fuck's going on to remember that by the time you've gotten past the opening credits.
They dump a lot of info on you really quick.
Yeah.
And because it's so complex,
you don't remember any of it.
I think that the starting tutorial is almost a hindrance, I think.
Almost, yeah.
I think the training sessions in between fights do a much better
more
job
beneficial.
because they just break it into different chunks. Like this is a lesson on blocking.
Yeah.
This is a lesson on parrying.
Yeah.
This is a lesson on. This is the lesson
We've got a
on
lesson for
holding
everything.
L2 and then dodging backwards to do what are they called?
A slip.
A slip.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know you could do until near the end of Tony Abbott's campaign.
Came up. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, they're definitely more helpful.
They're very helpful.
Yeah.
They're very, very helpful. There's a lot, and I guarantee, even if I went back now, I'd
You'd
probably
learn
learn
something.
some more things.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna give it a rest for a bit.
Because
Because
we played the fuck out of it.
because Jake,
Hmm.
how much would you recommend this game to people?
Look, I'd say pick it up if you can.
Yeah.
I'd say it's good. It's a good weekend fighter or something like that.
I think it has some longevity.
Yeah, I think it's
think I
something
could
I
see
could
myself
go
going
back
back to
to only in spurts. I can't play this consistently. It's not a Skyrim.
You're right.
But
Because
yeah, absolutely something you can go back for. It looks beautiful. When was this released? I'd failed to check that before we started, but it's a few years old now. It's got to be 3 to 4 years old.
oh yeah, it was PS4, and PS4 didn't come out until like 2012, 13.
Yeah, I think it's
so
2014 this game came out.
Yeah, sometime after that, and I think UFC 2 came out last year, a
Yeah.
year ago or so.
Okay. So yeah, it's not too old.
It's not too old.
It doesn't look old.
There
at
is
all.
a sequel,
It
but it
looks
doesn't
beautiful.
feel like you don't feel like you're missing out on anything by playing this version. I think.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, I still haven't played the second.
Yeah.
At all. But
Now, how highly would you recommend? Is this a buyer? Is this a bargain binner or
So-
a borrower?
okay, so it depends. It depends heavily. First of all,
Yeah.
if you're not into sports games and you're not into fighting games,
Which I'm not.
I'm already on the fence about both those categories. You know,
yeah.
I really like a good golf game sometimes, but I like the more cartoony sort of ones,
Okay.
like Everybody's Golf and Pengir and stuff like that. You know, the
Yeah.
more fun,
Less
less
fun
Tiger
orientated.
Woods, more anime girl kind of. You know what
okay.
I mean? And other sports game wise, I guess you could kind of count motorsport a little bit. Like there's a couple of racing games.
Is a specific
It's
genre,
yeah,
not
maybe
so much a
yeah.
race,
So in terms of
sport
sports
game.
games, no, I guess I don't really play them. And in terms of fighting games, I really enjoy fighting games. I don't play them very often because I'm terrible at them.
Right. Okay.
I really like Skullgirls, and I really like Fighting Vipers on the Saturn, and I really like Bloody Raw.
But they're all quirky.
But they're all quirky arcade fighters.
Yeah.
So this was like a meshing of two genres. I'm not even sure what the actual genre of this is. Probably
We're just gonna say
sports
sport
fighting.
fighter, Yeah.
It makes sense. So so where I was going with this is, I think if you're open to the possibility of playing a sports
fighter,
game,
yeah.
because make no mistake, this is very much a sports game. It requires there's no
the way
ridiculous
the
over the top.
cooler, it's a sports game.
Yeah,
And the way
the narrator. We haven't even
the
spoken about
stats and
narrators.
stuff,
Yeah,
like, it's a sports game.
the stats, the narrators are great.
The narrators are great.
If you're a fan of UFC, yeah, buy the game.
Yeah.
For sure. But that's what I was saying, right? If this game was the only game of its kind, if there was no UFC 2 currently out,
Yeah.
and currently aging also, so probably dropping in price, it's hard, you know? Because if
So
UFC
you
2
would
did,
probably
if
recommend
UFC
UFC
2
2.
didn't exist, I would say for sure
Hands down.
go find a copy for fucking $30-$40.
Yeah.
Play it, it's fun. But I haven't played UFC 2. But
you
it's an
can't-
EA
yeah.
franchise now, and I imagine it's just the
It's
same
very
fucking
similar,
game,
just polished.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I imagine the difference between UFC and UFC 2 are the same difference between FIFA 14 and FIFA 15. Yeah. So find what ones are cheaper, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure UFC 2's got everything that made the first one great, plus
Yeah.
probably more. More fighters. I do know that the UFC
It's
2
got more
has a women's
stuff.
league.
Yeah, you can make your own
Yeah.
women.
So
Which is
I don't know.
feature-
I don't want to say
okay,
anything
right.
without being sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot more women in it, at least,
There's
because
more
I think Ronda
focus on-
Rousey's featured on the cover, in fact,
Yeah.
and she's not in this.
She sent,
Ronda Rousey's actually one of the fighters who will talk to you in video.
send messages.
She's the only female fighter who will send you a message, and she's very, very infrequent. In fact, Tony Abbott didn't get her until much later in his campaign,
Right.
and Davin got her pretty early on.
Because Davin...
So I'm not sure if it's random. I'm
Davin
not sure if it's
gets all
just
the
based on
girls.
how good you got. Well, Davin is a
They
ladies'
don't
man.
call him Big Daddy for nothing.
He gets a nickname from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'd recommend the game. I think
I could definitely recommend
pick it up if you find it cheap. If you find the sequel cheap, just whatever. Find a way to play it. Buy
Yeah,
it.
I bargain bin it.
Get access to it.
You know, I might
Yeah.
have bargain binned it. I can't remember.
You might have. It's. I think the same as Need for Speed. I think it's worth having in your collection.
Yeah.
Because it's again one I'll go back to beat some dudes up occasionally.
That's
also we didn't even touch on the other modes.
We didn't submit.
There's a whole online mode.
We didn't go online.
Didn't play it at all.
No,
not even touch it.
We didn't really do arcade much either.
You went to D&D one week, and I played it for a couple of hours, and basically you can just choose real world fighters from every weight class, of which there's like 7 or something.
Yeah.
And
so
there's also there's the men's bantamweight, and then there's the women's bantamweight, and it's only like
just not many,
fucking 5 or 6. Yeah, Ronda Rousey and others and co. And they play exactly like their male counterparts, which I suppose makes sense.
Makes sense.
The sport, it's not really played differently, but I don't feel like there was anything that made them unique, really. So it kind of felt a bit disappointing, but whatever. I suppose like that's cool because some of the dudes feel really unique. You know, like they have different
movesets.
Very different movesets. Yeah. And all of because I played
fights
with every single woman fighter.
Oh.
And because there wasn't very many of them, and they were quick fights.
Yeah.
And no, like they were missing moves. I don't know if they just have to go into the customization and like select their moves or not.
Right.
Because I played Tony Abbott as well,
and
the Tony Abbott I played in the arcade mode, we just choose a fighter, was the Tony Abbott we originally made with all the stats he had before we played him in campaign, where you had to start again.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, but yeah, I could see myself jumping in. You know, we didn't play any 2-player. I could see if we got another controller, I could see.
I'd kick your ass out.
Maybe that's something. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
You're not meant to say
I think maybe we'll grab ourselves another controller at some point, and we'll make an amendment to this later. And we'll let you know how the 2-player went at the end of another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we've rated it. I think I've said all about. Yeah. I need to say.
Get it, play it. It's fun.
What else have you been doing this week, Adam?
This week. Shit, nigga.
Now I've picked up what is it? MTX Motor Tracks. Now that's another one sort of from my child. That's PS2. That's a motorbike game. Think Tony Hawk's but for dirt bikers.
I think I'd prefer Tony Hawk's.
You know, well, that's a personal decision.
Yeah, I guess.
It's definitely more popular. I don't think many people really know about this one.
MTX.
No.
Well, like, if you told me it was BMX, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I've heard of that. I've heard of that thing. I feel like...
Motocross.
Is this a licensed thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's got plenty of, like, sponsorship stuff.
And it's on the
like
PS2.
You unlock sponsors and things like in Grid, and like you do like we didn't touch on with UFC because it's really fucking nothing at all.
You unlock sponsors in UFC that you can stick their logos on your shorts and your shirts, and it means literally nothing. It doesn't do anything. It's kind of throwaway.
Yeah, it's throwaway.
If you really want to see the Alienware logo on your shirt, fine, but I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, MTX.
So yeah, that's something I've jumped into a little bit. Just when
on the PS2.
Yeah. Just when I've had a bit of spare time just to go back to.
Yeah.
It's fun. Might have to get you around to playing it at some stage.
Maybe, possibly.
We'll put it near the end of the back. We've got a big list.
Yeah, it's not one that's personally on my backlog.
No.
But if you're saying it's pretty fun, I did like those PS2 era Tony Hawk's BMX type of games, so might be a bit fun. Might be a bit fun. I've been playing a little bit of Xenoverse 2.
Xenoverse 2, yeah.
I bought that when it came out on the Switch. Again, a Switch game. I think a lot of what I'm going to be playing in my personal time, like outside of you and I playing together, will be on the Switch these days.
Yeah, because it's convenient.
Been playing a bit of League of Legends as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's another one we're going to get up.
Let's talk about League of Legends for a moment.
Okay, yeah.
Because I could talk about Xenoverse, but I feel like... Okay, I'll sum that up real quick. If you played Xenoverse 1, you've played Xenoverse 2.
Yeah.
It's the same game. It's literally the same game, just recently.
Few features, yeah.
Some of the main story is literally the same fight.
Right, because the story from the first one's based on the actual story, and the story from the second one's
based
on the actual story, right?
If you liked Xenoverse 1, you'll love Xenoverse 2, because it's basically just that. It is that. With some extra shit. There's some extra... You have Dragon Ball Super stuff in it now.
Okay. From
the new series. There's like some of the stuff from the movies, the God
Dragon Ball
modes
Z
and all
God
that.
Type,
Bunch of new moves. You can get new costumes. The overworld's way better now. It's good. It's fine. It's just
fine.
It's just fine. You know, you'll enjoy it if you enjoy it. Yeah,
unless you really like the franchise and
not even because I guess I like the over the top bombastic fighting of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy bullshit Dragon Ball Z fighting with your custom character, and it's fun. But League of Legends. Now, this is a game I haven't played in many moons.
Yeah.
And I think I'm realising why.
Yeah.
So I've come back.
Yeah.
And it's probably been legit since high school, since I last played it.
So it's been a few years.
I've been out of high school for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Since I was 17.
Yeah.
I'm 24.
Yeah.
So it's been
7 years?
at least 7 years.
Okay.
Alright? And so I'm relearning how to play a game. Not that I ever really learnt in the first place, because I didn't really play too much when I was first playing it. I only got to level 15 or whatever. Mostly with bots, but I did some PvP games, and I very quickly decided I didn't like it because of how hostile everyone seemed to be so often.
Yeah.
But I've come back. Thing. I purchased a character that I felt like I have wanted to play.
Yep.
So I purchased Jinx.
Right.
I paid real money. I paid $10. Just so. Well, my reasoning behind it was, I do quite like the game. I do like the game mode. I like the concept. Right? You have
the developers deserve a little bit of money for this enjoyment.
They've made something good.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. The community's shit.
That's true.
Right. So I thought, okay, so fuck just learning characters when they're on rotation. I'll just buy one, learn that character, and always have access to that character.
Yeah.
So I bought Jinx because she looked cute. She was a cutie and she had a gun. That was all I really needed to know. I'll just learn whatever role she was, basically. And she turned out to be ADC. Now I've been learning all these fucking terms as well because it's all just very specific to MOBAs.
There's a lot of jargon.
It's jargon specific to MOBAs. Yeah. And I don't play MOBAs.
Yeah.
So when I jumped into a PvP match and some people were yelling at me for doing things wrong, it was kind of like, well, tell me what to do.
99%
I'm
of
open
the time,
for criticism. Just
they'll
don't
tell
call
you
me
doing it wrong, not how to do it right.
Yeah, exactly. So I set out. I started watching videos.
Yeah.
Wow.
You invested.
I watched a video on how to play Jinx, and I talked to our mutual friend Adam.
Yeah.
Different Adam, about who used to play quite a bit, but I talked to him about the different roles, and I talked to you about, and you coached me through a couple games. In fact,
I watched you play a game. Yeah.
And I think I've been learning a lot. ADC's go at the bottom.
Yeah.
Called the bot lane.
Yeah, the bot lane.
For the most part. Supports come with them. They kill the minions, blah, blah, blah. You have the junglers, you have the tanks at the top, you have your assassins in the middle, or the jungle, or wherever. And yeah, I'm learning it, and I'm getting the concepts, and I'm learning, and I feel like I'm at least somewhat capable of playing a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, even when doing things perceivably perfectly, doing exactly what my character's supposed to do, in the lane she's supposed to do it in, I'm still getting nothing but toxic shit.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. Basically, the hidden objective to League of Legends
is just to tilt your opponent.
Even your teammate. Everyone's your opponent.
I get,
If you
it's
can
a solo
make
game.
Other people mad and you come away laughing, you've won. That's the name of the game.
You know what, though? I think if I could get... is it 5-man parties?
Yeah.
I think if I got 4 other of my friends together... I reckon it'd be great fun to play together.
It's enjoyable under the absolute right circumstances.
Yeah, I do think I'll play a bit more though.
Yeah.
I did install the Blizzard one. What's it called?
Heroes of the Storm. And
I think I like it more.
It's different but the same.
It's way different but the same.
Yeah. It's a different moment.
Very similar concept, but
different mechanics.
Instantly more recognizable characters to me.
Right, because you're already familiar with the...
You can play as the Lost Vikings.
Yeah.
Which I have on the Saturn, which is also going to be on the backlog now because
it has to be.
It was one of the first Blizzard games I ever played on the Saturn in like 1996 or whatever.
It's the first that a lot of people
and you can play as them, but I'm not going to pay for them, so I haven't played as them yet. And it's all 3 of them as one unit, so I don't know how that works. It's pretty, seems pretty interesting. But yeah, you basically just play as the Blizzard characters. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's way more actiony. Like, your abilities have cooldowns rather than mana cost, like WoW, I think.
Yeah.
I might be getting this wrong.
Well,
I played as Yana. She was
well.
all Ice Wizard, I think. She was from Diablo or WoW or something.
Okay.
And she just had like, it must have been WoW. She was
really seen it.
Fucking WoW spells. Like,
okay.
Mage spells, but like it felt way more actiony and way, I don't know, visceral, I guess, a little bit.
Sure.
But they're both good games. I'll keep playing League of Legends because Heroes of the Storm doesn't run on my computer.
Oh,
very well. I'm using my shitty laptop.
Yep. Rip.
But League of Legends seems like it will run on
almost anything.
A microwave.
Yeah. Potato if you give it enough juice.
Yeah. So I'll keep playing that for a bit. But yeah, that's the end of my MOBA rant.
Oh. So I think I think we're wrapping it up.
I think that's another wrap.
That's it for now.
A good 45 minutes, I think.
That's an excellent time to kick it off, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
So thanks for sticking with us for 45 minutes again.
Thank you very much. And again, if you liked what you heard, if you have any criticism even, write to us, leave a message down below. I'm sure whatever you're listening to us on, you can get in contact with us. There'll be information in the description.
Yep. And make sure you subscribe for the
next
one.
Yeah, subscribe, stick around, listen to more. Why not? Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.